Hi there, you are going to join me on a trip to the Big Goodwill. We call the Big Goodwill the Goodwill that is located out on Route 30. And when I walked in, tons and tons, okay, maybe 10 bags of these elephant chains met me at the door. I thought they were interesting. I wondered how long they were. I'm sure if I was going to buy a bag, they would let me open it so I could measure how long the bags were. But there were quite a few of the same, as you can see. All of these were the same. And then that makes me kind of leery. Did someone, like a store, dump there or donate their overstock? I'm not quite sure. I am sure someone is walked in there and was like, finally, bags of colorful elephants. I've been looking for those. I spied this little piggy and the little piglet figurine. This is a Homeco figurine. Carefully wedged it back in there. The shelves are so full here. It's almost silly because the one on Royerstown, that Goodwill, barely has anything on the shelves. My favorite Goodwill, I think, has a happy medium of items. It's not overcrowded, but the shelves are still full. It's too full here, and then there's barely anything just right across the town. Oh well, those were very, very pretty. I was pointing this out to you, and then look at that. I mean, that figurine is adorable. And then the little girl was like, hey, that I wasn't quite as interested in because it was not very old, but this, I think this is so, so sweet. I decided that this was going to be the first item to go in my cart, and in it went. I am showing you again that there are still so many of those bags, and I think somebody might have donated obviously their elephant their elephant collection, because there were quite a other, wow, words are hard right now. There were quite a few other elephant items, see right there, and there were some more up top, but I spied that blue piece of glass from across the way. It was totally taped up, and then I was really, 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 really nervous that I was going to peel the tape and it was going to peel the design off of it. I think this might be Westmoreland. It is not marked, but it reminds me of Westmoreland. And I was doing a fabulous job of a voiceover in the store. You were shopping along with me, but the music was so loud. It was so loud that when I was watching the video earlier, just to kind of go through it again, Jimmy's like, what's that music? You need to mute that. So it's pretty loud here. So that's why you're stuck just listening to me. I'm showing you that look. The tape is not taking off the design, so let's put that in the cart. There was another elephant on the top shelf, and then I think I've looked at her before. The shamrocks on her basket are very, very chipped, and that is probably why she is still sitting there. This little guy had a chip on its beak, and it was missing the spoon. Still a super cute piece for somebody. And then Jocelyn, she turned me on to these, about these shelf sitters, and we used to find them all the time when we first started shopping together. And this is the first time I've found what I would consider new old stock. I was moving my cart out of the way. It was kind of crowded there, so sorry about the camera. And I was excited to find a shelf sitter with the tag on it. This girl, they had taped the price tag onto her, I think because of the finish on the figurine, and I was admiring this figurine, and it turns out she was a belle. And so then I decided not to get the belle and instead look down here at this shelf. Do you see anything I should have gotten? I was telling you I'm thinking about getting these. I'm not quite sure. I did like that it still had the tag, so I decided to just push it back so it wouldn't fall off the shelf and keep looking on. I thought that was pretty with the sunflowers, that little lamp. And then down here on the bottom shelf, I spied, what do you think I spied? Well, I went over here first. I thought that those were rocks. It turns out it was potpourri. And then I saw these bowls, and then finally I'm going to notice the whole Howard right in front of me, a candle holder. And I thought that would be perfect for Christmas, and that can take you right into Valentine's Day. I was hoping I'd find another one or some other Holt Howard items, but that was the only one that I found, so I decided to get that. My mom has birds, so this reminded me of her. There was a little damage to the bottom of the figurine, so I left that there. Of course, this reminded me of Knickknacks. That is a new selling platform. If you have not heard about it, there is a link in the description of this video that will get you $5 off your first purchase of $10 or more. How'd you like that segue? Pretty smooth, right? Isn't that elephant cute? That was a cute little figurine. Or was it a coin bank? Oh, it was a coin bank. That was a cute coin bank. And then here was a nightlight, and then that is a Mother's Day plate. And then that is a Wolfgang Candies tin. I have that tin, and I keep my glue sticks in it. Last time I was here, I did find some really nice things, so we are on the lookout together for some more really nice things. I hope you haven't yelled at me, "You missed that," because we're only 5 minutes into the video, and I'm trying to do a really good job of making sure to look down at the bottom shelves and take a peek in the very back. I saw that planter, but thought, nah, not so much on the horse. And then, whoa, look at this. I thought, wait, I got distracted by the bag of little figurines. I thought that this was amazing. It was missing a tiny little shell in the front. I was hoping it was a light. That would be an epic light. It wasn't covered in glitter or anything. Someone, I bet, snatched that up because that was pretty epic. And then I was moving that stuff to get to this shell in the back, but I felt it was more contemporary. Seeing if there's any bags of goodies in the back. There was this sculpture of a lighthouse on a rock, but I didn't see a name on it. It looked like a souvenir piece to me. Now we have moved on. Here are some Homeco kitties. These usually come in sets of 3. The rabbit was having none of it. They had some bells. Didn't really see anything else there. And then moved on. I sent this to Jenny because it's a Care Bear and she likes Care Bears. She immediately knew who it was. And there's some trinkets here. There was this fancy thing. I'm kind of close to the shelf because, like I said, the aisles are narrow and there were quite a few people here. I didn't see anything in that bag that caught my attention. Here, these were almost praying hands, but not quite. They don't count because they're not praying. They're holding an angel. And then I was checking out that souvenir from Virginia. And then, oh, that was neat, that American flag or a flag frame shadow box. You can get anything at Goodwill. Here are some more figurines, very, very close. Sorry about that. I thought this was cute. This reminded me of Charming Tales, but it was not Charming Tales. And I think there's something else here that I pick up. Oh, these napkin rings I thought were nice. They had little seashells on them, but the glue was showing through the seashells because of, I think, their age. So I left those. And there's a stocking holder, but the nose was broken off on the snowman. And this was different. Look at that. I bet that took some time. That was a votive holder. I was telling you, that's different. And I didn't see anything else in this area. They had a whole bunch of dolls on the bottom 2 shelves. That was the doll section. Look at this. If I had an antique booth, I think I probably would have, or a booth in an antique mall, I think I would have picked this up for my booth, but I don't, so I left it for somebody who does. That was really neat. I like the colors on it. And then a vintage planter. When I first started reselling, I probably would have picked up that planter, but now I tend to leave them unless they're really, really mid-century modern, outstanding, like really unusual shape. This was a bag of cherished teddies and some other, oh, these were calico critters, kittens. Yeah, calico kittens, I believe. But they were all together in this bag, which was kind of a shame because they're going to eventually get chipped up. This I was seeing, if it was milk glass, it was not. It was ceramic, so I left that there. And I think, are we in the Christmas section? We might be. I think we are. Welcome to the Christmas section. That mug was different. I was seeing who made that. It might have gone in a bathroom at one time. Wasn't a toothbrush holder, so it was okay to touch. There's shoes in here and clocks. Look how I'm showing you in the middle. Look how full it is in the middle. It almost reaches the top of the shelf. Oh, and here are the cherished teddies. I knew I saw a bag of cherished teddies. One time I found a bag of Lucy and Me bears, and I picked up that bag. I think it might have been 2 big bags of them. And usually Lucy and Me don't sell for crazy, crazy money, but there were so many of them, and I think they were only maybe $3 or $4 a bag. And that way it was a good investment because then you're selling them individually. And they almost all sold. I think I may just have maybe 3 or 4 left. and those are over on eBay. So I'm selling on 3 places. I'm selling on eBay, Whatnot, and Knickknacks. So if you see something in the video, the first place you should probably look is eBay. And then I have sales on Tuesdays and Fridays on Whatnot. And then on Knickknacks, I did the live auction this past weekend, but right now I just have some listings on there. There is a link to my webpage, flyingpigthrifts.com, at the very bottom of the description of every video, and that will lead you to everywhere that I sell. We are moving on into the other holiday area. This is kind of Thanksgiving and Halloween. I was seeing what this box was. It looked like it had some age to it. I think it was a wind chime. I'm seeing if there is anything wonderful that has gotten snuck in with the vases and the holiday items. You never know. There might be a fairy lamp in there. That, I almost called an aquarium. That castle planter has been there a while. This I thought was pretty, but the satin glass has a lot of surface marks on it, and I have not figured out how to get those off. I thought this was funny. That's kind of cute. I sent that to Jenny as well. Aging is a fine art and a privilege. Here we are back looking at bags. I felt that those were more contemporary ornaments. And, oh, this, look, it's a squirrel and a skunk. I almost got it because it was weird. But did it have a price on it? No, it didn't have a price on it. So I know they wouldn't let me get it. If it's still there and has a price on it next time, I think somebody needs a squirrel skunk figurine. These are weird. These are older people that have wings. I don't know. I apologize if someone's like, I collect those. I just found that really strange that you would have a collection of older people with their angel wings. Maybe they're supposed to be your guardian angel. I don't know. I don't mean to offend anybody, but I just found that kind of very, very out there. All right. And then look, do you see it? Yep, look. Now I'm like, oh, there's another one. Look how happy she is to be here. So I thought, well, and her name was Rosie. Should I go get the other one? I decided to get her. She does have a tiny little chip on one of her petals. I was distracted by these. I've seen these before, but they were salt and pepper shakers. So I was checking those out. And then I got distracted by this. This was glass, but not Murano or anything. So I did put the red flower in my cart. And look, you can see in my cart, I went back and got Daisy. I was walking by and this piece of art caught my eye. It definitely has some age to it. I thought it was a very sweet picture. Then I was looking to see if there was another one, because sometimes people donate all of their pictures that are, if they have a collection like this. But I only saw the one. Definitely, like I said, has some age, so I decided to get that. It's small and it would be easy to ship. These were very nicely done. This is a very common hobbyist figurine that you see around this time of year. I thought the painting job was very nice on that. This caught my eye because it's a creamer and sugar, but it was more contemporary and it had some kind of writing on it. So I decided to carefully put that back and keep moving on. I wanted to see what these were. These were some vintage cloth Christmas ornaments. And then over here, I spied the checker ribbon. I was seeing, what's this? It was ribbon. And in that bag, nothing really. You could spend all day here if you really, really wanted to. If this did not have the Made in China sticker, I probably would have gotten it, which sounds terrible. But it really had a vintage look to it. It was a flower frog. I think it was set in there wrong, I hope. It had old looking flowers in it. Maybe I should have gotten it. You shouldn't, I do sell things that are made in China. I do sell things that are contemporary, but the thing wasn't really sitting down. So that's what threw me off about it. I'm showing you the floor. I know, I'm complaining again. It just is a shame. And the shelves are so full. Look how full the shelves are. I know, I'm complaining. I do clean up the floor. Don't worry. I just wasn't like, look at your floor. I do clean it up. I do like to merchandise, and I will clean up a floor at Goodwill. Look at that. Whoa, that's terrible camera work. This is white holly Lefton, and this is harder to find. The green is what you usually find. There is crazing on here. I was hoping that there were no chips. I checked off camera. There were no chips, so I decided to get that. Here I'm showing you the sticker. The left-in sticker is underneath the price tag. There is a look at the cart. Got the flowers in there. And here, see, I'm showing you. And I'm not showing you to be like, look what I did. But I didn't want you thinking like, watch the video. Well, clean up the stuff, Dagny. I will. I'll straighten it up because look what I found. I'm glad I was looking on the floor. I used this for my packing. And I had run out. So it was a good thing that I came here and that was on the floor because I probably wouldn't have seen it on the shelf. I hope you guys don't think I'm complaining. Look at that. That was neat. This Noel sign. Someone had hand painted that. I think they had done a good job on that. I would have signed. Oh, was it signed on the front maybe? That was really nice. But it was a little bit surface wear and the size. I left that for somebody else. Here, this is the side wall that used to be shoes and now it's Christmas items. I found one of these earlier. And I'm telling you, look, we found this earlier. There's 2 of them in the store. And then behind it was this girl who was giving you a high 10. So I pushed her back. She's saying hi to the cardinal. Hey. And the snowman's like, let me join in. So I made a little assemblage. And then look behind the mug. It's a hobbyist napkin holder. Isn't that cute? From 1979. Jane, you did an excellent job. It's in practically near perfect condition. So I decided to get that because 'tis the season that you can leave that up all winter long. Here is a restocking cart. This is not Spode. Spode has the Santa Claus on the very top of the Christmas tree. And I didn't really see anything else. These get picked over really, really fast. That one shaker was $4.99. And then I realized, wait, I've seen this shaker before. So seems like I'm running. I'm not. I just walk really fast. I'm trying to find the other one to see what the other one's price was. And then I found it. They're both $4.99. I don't know if that's something very special, but there was both of them. Then behind this resin snowman, I found a Santa on the floor. And we're going to clean up, clean up together. And I'm glad I am cleaning up because like I said, I found the stuffing and or the batting and I found the napkin holder. Here I was looking at these plates, didn't really like them. This was a vintage gravy boat, I believe. And on the bottom I didn't see anything else. These I almost got, but I decided not to because a lot of them had breakages inside the holes on the one lit tree. And I know you can get replacements of them, but the ones that break off, it's kind of hard. But those are very pretty. If the lit tree didn't have broken off bulbs, I probably would have gotten it. Here's an Advent wreath with little people. And I was thinking, this looks like it's Abbey Press. And sure enough, turns out it was Abbey Press. I've sold Advent wreaths like this before in the past. They are always super heavy. And you always have to have a special box for some of them because of the sizes of them. I'm trying to find a good place for it so somebody will spy that and take it with them. And then while I was up there, I found this. It seemed like it went on something else, but maybe I was wrong. Here was another stocking stuffer or stocking holder. I thought that was cute. The moose has all the candy. And then on the top here is a wax candle. This one says joy, and I thought it was in very good condition, but decided not to get the wax candle after I find a place to put it back. And then also, you always look at vintage ornament boxes because something amazing might be in them. Those were some glass candle holders. And now we're going to move on to the mugs. These had a super 80s look to them. I thought they were so cool. There was a set of 5, and they all seem to have different patterns. These are screaming 80s to me. They were not marked. I took a picture of 2 of them to see if I could Google Lens them. Couldn't come up with anything. I spied this over in the dishes section. It is satin glass. I could tell this is good quality. It had no nicks or scratches on it. I thought, this is so good. Who makes this? And I turned it over, and it turns out it's Lenox. It has a Lenox stamp etched on the very bottom. So I decided to take that elephant with me. This blue cup and saucer I thought was very pretty. There was just one of them. And then underneath it were some plates that said butts. Maybe it was an ashtray. And then I found this clear glass swan. I did not have my black light with me, but it was giving off kind of a yellow tinge to it. Was not chipped up, but swans aren't such great sellers, but hey, people like boots. And I liked how this had a whole bunch of information on the bottom of it, so I decided to get that. And then this had original box to it, so we of course had to look in the box to see what was inside. And then look, how cute is this? That's very sweet, but I decided to leave that there. I did like that it came with the original box, but I decided, no, let's try not to buy just single mugs. I mean, look at that happiness cup. So very sweet. I found these taped together. They're super thin. I thought, who's inside? There was a guy on the outside. Kind of reminded me maybe of a Joseph figurine, and I thought, is Mary on the inside? Slid my cart over and closer to me to stay out of people's way. And then, look how cute this plate is. And got distracted by this swan. Need to stay focused on the task at hand, finding out who's tucked inside that figurine. I decided to investigate the plate first, flipped it over, and it's Isaac Mizrahi live. And I looked it up, and he had a collection of dog plates. I believe that's the golden retriever. I thought that was super cute. But back to our original task. Look, I think it's Joseph and Mary, and it's probably missing baby Jesus. I decided to get these because this is my rescue attempt. I knew that these were going to be smashed to smithereens within a matter of hours. They were only $1.99, so I decided to get them. And then on my way out, look, I channeled Sandy of My Flippin' Van Life and found a glass figurine. This is Boyd's glass. It's a cute little bear. And that's going to end our trip here to the Big Goodwill. Here is everything that I found on this trip to Goodwill. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and the bell notification button. Both are absolutely free. And by hitting the bell, you know when I drop a new video, which is usually about 3 times a week. I hope that you are having a great day. Take care, and I'll see ya.